So now princesses all over the world who wear mini rose shopping, supermarket shopping too.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun, really exciting.
And, and what other A-listers have you like worn in
Oh,
anything?
let's see, Megan Fox, Diane Kruger, Shania Twain. Just did a whole spread because of her book that came out in People magazine, and she's literally had a rack of like two racks of clothing, and she chose three pieces from Minnie Rose to wear, and they really looked beautiful on her, and I love her, so that was really fun to see. It's always flattering, you know, even when you see, I get excited when I see the average person walking down the street, and I see them wearing Minnie Rose, and I'm like, oh, that's Minnie Rose, and you know, there are times my husband and I have spooked people like, love your Minnie Rose, you know, they turn around, they go, who was that, what was that, you know,
Yeah.
so it's fun, whether you're a celebrity, a princess, or, you know, the consumer down the street, it's just, it always touches me in a very special way.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
How long have you been designing and how did it get started?
Well, I went to FIT, and I actually had a repping company for many years, and I was one of the key merchandisers for GC Couture.
Okay.
Yeah, and when they sold their company, I said, that's it. The next brand I built with that kind of money will be my own. So I started Minnie Rose about 5 years ago, and I named it after my two grandmothers, and which I believe have really been watching over. I lost them when I was really young, so it was a way to bring them and have them in my life, and it's been a really good omen. So really, I design, merchandise, sell, and it's the true passion, and it's really the happiest, best thing I ever did.
That's great. So do you do like clothing and do you do jewelry or it's just
No, I don't do jewelry, although I would love to do jewelry. I love to wear jewelry.
Yeah.
And when you're pregnant, jewelry is the only thing that fits, you know, so jewelry is easy. Thank you, thank you. But no, I would love to do, we did men's, we did kids.
Okay.
I love to do a home collection. I just been very passionate and just full of so many ideas and just love creating. So who knows what we'll see next.
And where can we find what stores carry Minnie Rose?
Well, we are very select in the type of stores that we sell. Very high-end specialty stores mostly. As far as department stores, we keep it very limited because it's very special and it's expensive, and we don't want it, you know, marked down. If certain retailers that do that. So we do Neiman Marcus online, do Saks online, but Henry Bendel, but mostly like higher-end specialty stores, Planet Blue and Maui for me, you know, Intermix out here as well. Glory Jewel has 3 stores. She's one in Bridgehampton, also in West Hampton. She just opened. But you see the caliber, the type of stores, and we keep it clean and sophisticated.
Great. So thank you so much for
You're
doing
very
this
welcome.
interview and letting us come here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'm surprised, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thanks, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, this is Killoren Bensimon, and you're watching Gossip Meets Couture.
Hi Gossip Meets Couture fans, we're here with Kelly Bensimon, the beautiful supermodel and reality TV star from the Real Housewives of New York City. Kelly, why don't you tell us what brings you to the beautiful Hamptons today?
I'm really excited to be here in the Hamptons. I'm actually in Amagansett at Gloria Jewel and one of my great friends, Minnie Rose, who made this amazing dress. Her name is Lisa, the designer. She has this amazing collection here at Gloria Jewel, and the proceeds are going to Generosity Water, and I'm a big supporter of Generosity Water, and we are building wells all over the world and giving, you know, children and families clean water, which then in turn brings schools, and so people are being educated, they're drinking clean water, and they're, you know, that's what hope looks like.
Yeah, and also Kelly, I know that you were in the modeling industry, you had a successful modeling career. I mean, that's such a cutthroat business. What made you go to the Real Housewives of New York, being that that's such a cutthroat world as well?
You know, that's interesting. It is, the Real Housewives is very cutthroat. I think that, you know, in the modeling business, it wasn't really that it was cutthroat. It was more, you know, like, it more impacted me personally because I was constantly, people were telling me to like lose 10 pounds, lose 10 pounds. You're so pretty, but you need to lose 10 pounds. And that became my mantra and the way I looked at myself. So before I thought I was this healthy, athletic girl, and then all of a sudden I went to the modeling industry and people were telling me that I wasn't as perfect as my parents told me I was. And so that was kind of a shocker. I was like, hey, my mom and dad think I'm fine. And I think that was like, that was more of an issue for me growing up. It was always just like, you know, trying to strive for perfection, and that's why I have a new book coming out in the spring that talks about, health and fitness and how, being attractive doesn't have a waist size, and that, you need to eat well and live your life, but I want you to be happy and healthy, and then you're going to be hot. So, from all those people telling me to lose weight, now I'm going to be, telling more people that they're better than they think they are.
Really important. So we know you have this amazing jewelry line. I love your bracelet.
Thank you.
Is that one of your pieces? And
This-
what's your line called?
This is one of my pieces. This one is actually from fall, and I just love it because it's like, the fall 12 is very rocker. It's rocker and 20s, and so I decided to forecast fall again with a great rocker inspired bracelet from the 70s. And I just think it's really fun, like this hardcore bracelet with this summer dress. It's like, I love that foil, and I think that's really interesting and charming at the beach.
I love that.
And the name of my line is Kelly by Killoren Bensimon.
And where can you buy the? Yeah.
You can buy it at small boutiques. Bye, luxury line. You can buy it at small boutiques, Wink, Dash, and the W Hotels, which is, they're great stores and they have a great vision.
Also, bringing it back to the Real Housewives of New York. I know that from the last episode, I know you have a finale coming up, but Luann had her video shoot, and I know a lot of the girls didn't show up, but you and Jill did come.
Yeah.
What did you think of the fact that they didn't show up to support her?
Luann's video, Chic C'est La Vie, is everywhere. Everybody loves it. And it was hilarious because I'm actually, walking. People are like, oh, she actually knows how to walk a runway. And I was like, well, that wasn't really a runway. That was more of a entrance of a hotel, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was just really great. Listen, I support my friends, and I'm, it's not necessarily right for me. Do I want to do a music video? No. But is it a great decision for her, and is she happy? Yes. And as a friend, it's my job to support her decisions, not to try to bash her. That's not cool. And I was disappointed in the other women. Listen, they do a lot of things that are really inappropriate all the time, and they just walk away with it. And it's my job to recognize it and put it in my head, I don't really want to do that, and learn from their mistakes, not really worry about what they're doing.
Right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with the Real Housewives of New York City? Did say producers just call you up and say, hi, we want you?
They're like,
or...
hi, how are you? I was actually supposed to be on another show. I was the editor of Elle Accessories, and I had just written the bikini book, and one of the executive producers wanted me to be on a show with Tim Gunn, a fashion show. And so when he met me, he was like, this girl should be, help us out with Real Housewives. So, they told me to go on, and they're like, we're not sure if you know any of these women. I'd met Luann, one or two times before, and Bethany was invited by someone at my home, but I don't know her at all. I mean, I was just like, hi, how are you, strange person? And then we started filming, and the Bethany and Kelly altercation, that was the biggest TV ratings of all time. It was 2.4 million, so that was really, really exciting for a lot of the viewers. And I think a lot of people had a lot of misconceptions about who I am and who she is. I mean, she's her own brand, and I've just been working all my life doing what I love to do, and we're just two totally different people with two totally different perspectives on life. And it's a really good example of you don't have to engage with people. If there is someone that is trying to push you, or there is someone that's trying to push your buttons, because I mean, all of us have friends that try to do that.
Right.
And it's a really good opportunity to see what it looks like when people are pushing your buttons. And when they are, don't engage them, just walk away. And you know what? They'll have a better day tomorrow.
We know sometimes the Housewives, they come up and they have their own reality show. Do you think you would, or are there works, or do you think you would ever?
A lot of people ask me about that, and I had a show on Plum TV for a long time where people would really see my real life, and me shark diving and interviewing people that I admire, and with my kids and eating ice cream and hosting, preparing parties for friends. So people got to really see a strong sense of who I am. The Housewives brand is probably one of the biggest brands on reality television. So I'm just grateful to be in the opportunity that I am. If something does happen, I mean, I'd be fun, and I'd be, I would definitely be open to any opportunity. I'd be stupid not to. But I just really like where I am right now. I like where I am right today. I mean, I'm not really worried about the future. Let's let that unfold on itself. I don't need to force anything.
Exactly. And now we know we have a finale coming up, like you said before. Is there any shocking things we could expect? Or?
I think what's really shocking for me, that's shocking about the finale, is that the fact that women will sit in a room with other women, and they will actually lie to their faces and try to make other people look bad so they look better. And that's something that, is such a big issue for me, and it's a really big issue that I actually work on my kids, and we talk about this all the time, where, if someone is trying to be mean to you and trying to make you look bad, you just, you have to just feel sorry for them and just literally hope that they'll, eat or drink or find a friend that they feel better with. That's just that's really disturbing to me, and I was really offended on a lot. In this reunion, I was like, the last 2 reunions, I just kind of sat there and I was just like, whatever, I can't even deal. This year, I was just like, I was very verbal about how inappropriate and how disheartened I was by the way people act, and it's just TV is fun, but when you're hurting people's feelings, it doesn't matter if a camera is there. It's just not cool.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much for doing this interview. We really appreciate it.
I'm really happy. Thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure to meet you.
No, it's my pleasure, and I really, I'm so flattered that you guys are interested. That's really cool. Have a great time in the Hamptons.
Thank you.
So now, let me interview you. Where are you guys going? What's your next stop?
We're actually going to the Dan of Two Fourths.
Oh my God, there's so many amazing chefs there.
Yeah.
So I just met the chef, Seth Levine, that he's the chef at Georgia, and his obsession, I'm going to tell you, so when you go there you have to interview him. His obsession is truffle oil, and that's my obsession. So you got to go and be like, Seth Levine, where are you? And get him and talk to him about truffle oil, because it's a really big deal and it makes foods taste delicious.
Oh, wow. We got to try that.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good time.
Thank you.
Sometimes I just wanna cry, just cry, cry, cry. I don't know what is wrong, but I tell you what is right. Is you out of my life, 'cause my heart won't settle for less. You say that you love me,